have to seek God for ourselves. So this docuseries shares the stories of people who took that leap of faith, and in doing so, their journey inspired me and still does. And it just goes to show you that we're all connected, and you never know what God is doing in someone's life, what he's doing in their heart, and where he will take them. When we read about the encounters with God, his people in the Bible, living by faith, it inspires us. And just like them, our stories are still being written, and it will inspire others to live by faith. So around this time, I have been living in Orlando for about 3 to 4 months. This new experience, this new environment, I'm on this new path and I'm killing it. No, but I really feel like I'm meeting new people and I'm doing better financially, thank God. I started a new job with work study, so I'm living my life. The only thing that's missing is a church community. And for the longest time, I was just on the prayer line when I was down there. So for this part of the docuseries, I wanted to actually visit my cousins in Stevens City, Virginia, and let them know how their faith impacted my life. My cousins had this prayer line, and it was a lifeline for me. It helped me to grow in my faith. It helped me to learn how to pray. It helped me to pray the scriptures and really remember what God said and hold on to what God said during this time. So their faith really inspired me. I can take off the mask, but I don't know how y'all rocking. I'm trying to be respectful.
Literally could see a big part of that during our prayer times that we had, Danielle, with you on the prayer line. And I was just so impressed. I said, my Lord, this young lady is getting on this prayer line. She's away in college. And I know what being away in college is like. There are a lot of temptations and a lot of things to be involved with. But each and every night that you would be on that prayer line. And I was just in awe and in amazement. And I knew God was going to do something miraculous in your life because you were seeking him.
Everything I had in me. I was like, listen, I don't like anybody but him right now. Like, I just want to follow him. And like you said, it was temptation all the way around because I was like, don't go back. No, God is gonna.
Right.
He did not bring you down here.
Right.
To like leave you lonely, to leave you without food, to leave you without comfort, to leave you without people around. You know what I mean? Like he's got you. Just wait on him. Watch him show up.
Right.
Watch him show up.
And I didn't even know that, Danielle. I did not know that. I did not know you were struggling like that until one day you made it known. And when you made it known, down in my heart, I said, wait, she needs a connection down there. Not just somebody sending her $10, $20, whatever, $50. That's not going to do. She needs a connection. And it hit me in my spirit so hard. I'm saying, you need to, meet the Johnsons. And that is when I introduced you or talked to you about him. And Muriel Johnson, in my opinion, is just, talking about a loving person. And her smile just was always radiant. I grew up just admiring her as a young girl. And so knowing where you were, the area that you were in and where she was, I said, I know that if Danielle meets the Johnsons, she's going to be okay.
And I was okay. I met them and they instantly felt like home. The first time I came to a service, I was like, this is my church. I had been to a few churches before, so I'm glad that the whole church hunting process was over with. I was grateful. And I wanted to go visit them. So for this part of the docuseries, we booked a flight to Orlando. So I wanted to talk to them about how they influenced my life, inspired me in so many ways. And I wanted to get some footage of the Full Sail campus and spend time with the people that really made my time in Orlando worthwhile, because they are still a part of my community to this day. And it's really a full circle moment because I met Mitchell in Orlando.
I met Danielle about 8 years ago at a church conference in Florida. our church from up here went to meet our church down there, visit our church down there in Orlando, and she was doing some songs from her first album, Greater Love, and I was feeling her songs and her performance and everything. And my pastor's brother actually introduced me to her because I made beats, so it was only right that he introduced us. And we met up after the event, played some beats. I think it was fire, but she might feel differently. So I just told her, let's work together, let's keep in contact. I definitely like to work with you, and I'm thinking in my mind, I ain't gonna never hear from this girl again. So, but sure enough, she actually, kept her word. She reached out, we kept in contact over the years, and just became like really good friends, talking about music and God. And once she came up to Baltimore, a couple times we would hang out, and the last time she came up to Baltimore, I scooped her up, and 3 years later, here we are, married. Been married for 3 years. I'm her husband, so God's plan.
Y'all seen that coming?
Oh yeah,
I saw it.
I saw
Man,
that.
wait,
She was after that.
Yeah. We saw the signs. We saw it.
I think it's because they always used to hear us talking. I was like, Mitchell says hi, guys.
Something is cooking. Something is cooking over here on the side.
Look in the camera, brother.
He got plans. He got plans.
Y'all really restored my faith in just like people being supportive and encouraging, because I really didn't have a lot of that. So
We were so proud of you while you were here.
Another daughter.
Yes.
Another daughter to play with.
And you introduced us to Daniel
Yeah.
Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all quiet, but he could play.
Mm-hmm.
And now I see he's doing a great job, with his books and everything. And
yeah.
I met Danielle at Full Sail University in Florida at the advisor's office. And we immediately found out that we had a lot in common. My name's Daniel. Her name's Danielle. I did Christian hip hop, R&B music. She did the same thing. I was a singer. She was a singer. I rapped and she rapped. So we just immediately had a lot in common. And I feel that it was like an effortless friendship. I didn't have to run her down. She didn't have to run me down. It was pretty much a divine appointment for us to meet. She became my roommate because I moved from Sanford to Orlando and I didn't have nowhere to stay. So she ended up asking the co-ed, the all-girl dorm that she was in, if I could stay. And I was like, man, if they don't approve that, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. So it was like a miracle that they approved for me to stay.
We met in CVI. They had a cafeteria that you could eat up to 3 times a day or more. But I didn't have the package where I was able to eat 3 times a day. I barely had the package to eat 1 time a day. But I'll never forget, Danielle let me borrow permanently her George Foreman grill, mini grill that she had. I used that grill to cook everything. Man, looking out for each other, the times when she needed a ride and I let her borrow my car and she was looking at me crazy because I gave her the keys to my car. I'm like, man, look, man, I feel like I can trust you. Now, if I can't trust you, you're gonna prove me by wrecking my car or something. But she needed a ride, I had the ride, so I let her get it.
I met Daniel when I was in the student advisor's offices. Because that's where we used to be. I was in student government. I was an event coordinator. We used to do this mixer every month for the new orientations, the new students coming in. And all the clubs in the school would come together and be at the mixer. And every time they would be like dragging their feet when it's over and we trying to get off because we've been working. So they would be like, Danielle, ask them to leave. I'd be like, why y'all want me to do it? Because they'll listen to you. I'm like, how they gonna listen to me? You have an intimidating nature. I'm like, oh, no, I do not. But it really started to make me think because this is the McDonald's where I used to work at. Man, I was on their back for like months and months. Y'all need to hire me, man. This line wouldn't be this long if I worked here. Dude was not trying to hire me. And then when I finally got there, it was like, why you wasn't trying to hire me? Y'all obviously needed help. Oh, because we were going for a different look
What the heck that's supposed to mean? It's McDonald's. Y'all hire everybody.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I'll be honest with you. When I first met Danielle, I didn't have good impressions about her. Actually, I judged her wrong. Because when I saw Danielle, she was dressing like a dude. She was talking real masculine, and like even the way she was walking. But what threw me off is when she came up to me and we was talking, and then she brought up Jesus, talking about Jesus, you know, being the Savior, stuff like that. You know, she didn't fit the criteria that I assumed you had to fit in order to say something or to talk about Jesus or the gospel or whatever. So I was thrown off by that. But over time, man, especially getting to know her, I was like, man, this woman's legit. And I remember specifically, man, I remember us having a conversation. She was like,
listen, I'm going to grow at my own pace.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear what I'm comfortable with.
Gotcha.
And maybe it'll change, maybe it won't. And I was thinking about that, like, maybe it'll change, maybe it won't. But right now, I'm not even, I wasn't worried about my clothes. You know what I mean?
Your focus was somewhere different where it should have been in the first place.
Exactly. Like, first of all, I'm fly. I was wow.
I know that's
I am fresh. You know what I mean? Like, I was still like into that. Like, I'm still fresh. But my inside was just like, you know, I just want to pursue this God that kept pursuing me and learn more about him, because he just really changed my life and he just keep changing it. And I just want to really get to know him, because I thought I knew him this whole time. But if I did, then I wouldn't have been living the way I was living, because now I just feel this fire inside of me where I got to tell everybody about him. You feel me?
Ooh, and that first class is something serious.
I got to be a little kinder. You know what I mean? Like, I was really like, yo, I would try to just spark a conversation like, yeah, it's a good day today. Yeah. Do you believe in Jesus? I would just be, I had no wisdom. I'm telling you, I was a weirdo.
And I did feel like a weirdo, not just because I was sharing the gospel without any real strategy or wisdom, but I was thinking to myself, is everyone down here extremely shallow, or am I being extremely naive to think that my appearance has no impact on how people perceive me? And I think it's a little bit of both. And I've heard that people see you before they hear you. And I do think that I was being a little naive. But at the same time, I still didn't let any of that rush my process. I still grew at my own pace. But that's the beauty of being in a different environment, meeting new people. You get to see how they perceive you. And what you do with that information is up to you.